threat from a student with a weapon brings police to an Atikokan school. Good evening and thank you for joining us. A teenager has been arrested and charged by Atikokan OPP.
This following a weapons incident yesterday at Northern Lakes K-12 school. School officials issued a message to parents on Facebook yesterday afternoon saying they received information through students about a possible threat. Police were called in and classes continued under a shelter-in-place protocol. OPP officers searched the school. A 15-year-old was located and charged with possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose and uttering threats. Police won't say what type of weapon was involved. Some parents have spoken out on social media questioning the school's response to the situation. The Rainy River School Board responded today, saying they take all possible threats seriously, whether real or perceived, and insisting that school safety protocols were followed.
The Thunder Bay District Social Services Board is looking at nearly a 10% increase for its 2025 operating budget.
The proposed budget was presented at the board's monthly meeting today. The big hike would translate to 6.3% increase to the tax levy for area municipalities. Jessica Clement has the details.
The DSAB board had its first look at the 2025 operating budget on Thursday during its monthly meeting. It came in at over $132 million, a 9.9% increase from last year. The proposed tax levy increase for area municipalities would be over $26 million, which is an increase of 6.3% over 2024.
It's a mainly status quo budget. There are a lot of operational pressures that just year to year we start to see in terms of increase in costs and prices. We do have a proposed implementation plan once the budget is finally approved in December. Today's day was really just to share with the board the detail, get some input, some further direction, and be able to refine what we're bringing back for final approval in December.
DSAB CEO Ken Ranta says one of the highlights of the proposed budget is new Canada-wide early learning childcare funding.
It's really part of the implementation of the up to $10 a day childcare fee program right across the country. So come January, there's about $13 million new dollars invested into the program. It's going to reduce parent fees to $22 a day, which is quite an increase over the last 2 years. Really happy about that. Good news about that is it is a provincially funded program through the federal government support as well. Doesn't impact our local municipal levy.
During the meeting, the board asked the administrators to lower the tax levy increase by over 1% to a range between 4.5 to 4.9. Board Chair Brian Hamilton says it was a tough discussion, and he understands that every municipality represented at the meeting is struggling with budgetary and affordability issues.
I think where we landed, we compromised, and I think, we're going to find creative ways to fund this year, certainly. Probably more budget challenges next year to face as well. So our eyes are not only on this year, but we have to be mindful of future budgets as well.
We will provide implications, what we can do. We have some reserve fund opportunity that we can utilize. We will also explore just the options that will provide the least impact on the individuals we serve.
The board's next meeting will be on December 19th, where they will approve the final budget. Jessica Clement, TBT News.
Former Thunder Bay Police Service lawyer Holly Walburn has had her license suspended by the Ontario Law Society. That means Walburn won't be allowed to practice law unless the suspension is lifted. Walburn served as the in-house lawyer for the city police force for 5 years. She was charged earlier this year with obstructing a public or peace officer, breach of trust, and 3 counts of obstruction of justice. Former Police Chief Sylvie Hoth was also charged by the OPP in that same investigation. According to the Law Society's website, Walburn is subject to an undertaking not to practice law. When the criminal charges against her were first laid, Walburn's lawyer expressed disappointment at the decision and said they look forward to seeing the OPP's evidence and defending the case in court. The charges against Walburn and Hoth haven't been proven as their cases haven't yet gone to trial.
Premier Doug Ford spoke to the Ontario Chamber of Commerce this morning, announcing fee reductions and WSIB rebates for Ontario businesses.
Ford also reacted to a federal government decision today to temporarily remove the GST from essential items this holiday season. CTV's Siobhan Morris reports.
On his way out of a speech at Ontario's Chamber of Commerce, the Premier welcomed news of federal rebate checks and a limited GST holiday.
The tax cut's a good cut.
In that speech, Doug Ford says his government is always focused on finding ways to return cash to the people of Ontario.
So today, I'm thrilled to announce that our government is giving back to workers and businesses another $2.5 billion, that's billion with a B, through fee reductions and WSIB rebates.
The Premier says for a small business, say a bakery with fewer than 5 employees,
this could mean a refund of up to $2,300. For a small construction company with 50 employees, the refund could climb to $45,000. And for the growing company that has 100 employees, the refund could reach $70,000.
cash to reinvest.
Back into their workers, into technology, into infrastructure, and into our economy, creating more jobs and opportunity.
The government is also reducing WSIB premiums, investing in safety and mental health programs, and eliminating fees for apprentices taking their first exams. Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
A popular restaurant and bar along Highway 71 in Nestor Falls was destroyed in a major fire early this morning. The fire chief for Sioux Narrows Nestor Falls says they got the call about the blaze at Green's Resort around 6:45 a.m. Fortunately, no one was hurt as the business was closed for the winter. This is what Green's Barbecue and Bar looked like before the fire. Residents in the area say it was a favorite meeting place for locals and visitors. A portion of Highway 71 was closed for several hours while firefighters tried to get the blaze under control and hydro crews dealt with a downed power line. No other buildings at Green's Resort were damaged. There's no word yet on the cause.
A 63-year-old Red Rock man is accused of stealing thousands of dollars worth of tools and equipment from a Tyrannus construction site in Lyon Township. Nipissing OPP were notified of the theft on Monday and arrested the accused a day later. He's charged with theft over $5,000 and possessing stolen property under $5,000. He's been released with a future court date.
The Northwestern Ontario Innovation Centre hosted its annual RBC Innovation Awards luncheon today at the Superior Inn.
5 winners were chosen for the awards, which celebrate and highlight the best innovations across the region. Riley Cohen has more.
A large crowd was on hand to support and recognize the 30-plus nominees in 5 categories and the eventual winners of this year's RBC Innovation Awards. Abby Sherlock, the coordinator of business advisory services at Northwestern Ontario Innovation Centre, says she loves what the event and the innovators bring to the region.
The award winners are from, like you said, Thunder Bay and throughout the region, and it's awesome for them to get that recognition and exposure and for people to learn about all the cool things happening in our region.
The Innovative Project of the Year was awarded to David Shaw and Zoe Mowat for their company Waves and Frequencies, which helps develop an ecosystem of high-end speakers for residential and commercial spaces, uniquely created through a lens of interior design. Next up was the Young Innovator Award, which went to Mason Magra. At just 16 years old, he's created and built his own company called Poly 3D. It is a one-person operation that provides customizable 3D printing in Thunder Bay and has been partnered with a few local retailers.
I don't want to say a milestone, but it's like motivation to keep going further and expand further and do everything I can to educate people about what 3D printing technology can achieve.
As for the Innovative Company of the Year award, the honor went to Zero by Air Suite Inc. They offer the only North American tool combining aviation operations management and a built-in safety management system. For the Innovation Hero of the Year award, Bobby Parr was recognized for her leadership at the 807 Food Co-op. The Dryden native has helped transform the local food movement in Northwestern Ontario, and she couldn't be prouder.
It feels really good. It's been a lot of work, and I think people don't realize how many barriers the local food scene kind of faces. So to be able to, dismantle those barriers and really reduce regulations for food producers and be able to spur the agri-food movement is definitely an honor.
Last but definitely not least, Judy Sander was awarded the Marvin Detweiler Advisor of the Year award and received a standing ovation for her 20-plus years of dedication to the Innovation Center. Riley Cohen, TBT News.
It's Bullying Prevention Week. This year, the Lakehead Thunderwolves men's hockey team decided to help spread the message.
Over the next 4 weeks, players are visiting students at Algonquin Avenue Public School to promote teamwork and physical health. This week, they took part in a book reading with the kids. Brendan Miller has the story.
The students at Algonquin Public School had a chance to learn from some of Thunder Bay's most celebrated athletes, the Lakehead Thunderwolves. Because it's Anti-Bullying Prevention Week, the Wolves took it upon themselves to help foster a sense of kindness, empathy, and compassion in the next generation. Thunderwolves captain Noah Massey says everyone is on the same team.
We're really just preaching kindness and just trying to include everyone in everything. And just because there's a lot of diversity in the world and we want everyone to feel included. And it happens on our team too. Sometimes you get frustrated when people make bad plays and people can get angry at each other, but it all comes back to kindness in the end, and we're a team, and you don't have to play a sport to be a team. You can just be in a class and be a team.
After reading a book titled The Invisible Boy by Trudy Ludwig, the players then asked the kids about things they could do to make a situation better. The multi-needs teacher at the school, Joanne Jewell, was thrilled with the team's initiative to mentor the students.
And we feel that the kids really understand the value of cooperation and, always learning that it's important to be kind to everyone. So I do want to say a special shout out to Captain Noah Massey for his great efforts in making sure that this has happened.
Show that we're grateful to the community that supports us so well, and especially the kids. For us, this is one of the most fun part of being like a top-level hockey player is that you can give back to the community, and that's why we love doing this stuff.
I'm standing in front of the kindness tree here at Algonquin Public School, and it's a visual reminder to help the kids know that their acts of kindness will never go unnoticed. Brendan Miller, TBT News.